What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Phoenix channel. If you're new to this channel, you like this content, consider hitting the like button, consider subscribing to this channel. It helps to encourage content creators like yours truly in making this content. Allows me to continue to be motivated to show up, even with the decline in EOS prices. So I hope the formatting, the improved, hopefully sound, is just adders to keep you guys watching also on this channel. So I want to get into some of the news here that we've come across within EOS land. Most recently, and most probably importantly, Dan Larimer releasing his new company, I guess, or organization called Go Fractally, I believe it is, or Fractally. And it's an organization that's intended to, I think, support the initiatives with software development, release candidates for EOS as a community, as a network. If you guys recall, in the very early days of EOS, as a network, the software release candidates were managed and maintained primarily by Block One. Block One being a private company that facilitated the ICO for EOSIO as a software uh, released to the world as open source, and EOS network adopting the EOSIO software candidates as they were released and tested and verified. So since the relationship has kind of been somewhat severed in terms of the continued support and obligations B1 feels they need to provide the network. You know, there is a need to have organizations like Fractally provide those to the community. So it's nice to see Dan Larimer still active within the EOS space. And it's going to be interesting to see if this Mandel release candidate, which is the first real large software release from, I think, in my opinion, anybody outside of B1, you know, taking on that role of network upgrades. We'll see how the testing progresses and what the feedback is. So right now, the stage, or in terms of the scheduling, the first step is just to release this into the wild. That is the actual code, this Mandel 3.0 release candidate. And through a series of community testing, which I believe Daniel Larimer mentioned would take about a month. The idea is that then it would be pushed to schedule what's called a hard fork, which is the actual transition where the release candidate software code is essentially given the approval within the test network. And there's a timeline, a specific date that's set where the network, the public network, EOS, is transitioned from the current software it runs to more of this Mandel release candidate with these improvements. So with that coincides I believe the next Eden election. So I believe the idea is to have the implementation or the adoption, I should say, of Mandel running EOS coinciding with that Eden election. And so there are a couple things that were noted in Dan's article, which I'll try to post in the description below. He mentions that there will be an opportunity or feature, I should say, that wasn't actually in the original roadmap, where it allows the ability to read contract versions of another account. And so that provides some security and performance enhancements. I believe this was sort of cited in maybe the prior video I might have done, where if you guys remember, and I don't know if it speaks specifically to this, but I know in the um, Dexis, for example, it's possible to make up specific token names and basically duplicate token names and bring those on exchanges and maybe fool different users. I don't know if this speaks to that particular vulnerability or others. And I think what would be nice, at least in this rant, which I'm going to try to keep within 8 minutes, I think what would be nice to see from either the EOS Foundation or Fractally as an organization is not necessarily just descriptions of these improvements, but actually how the improvements translate to the users of the network, the developers of the network, more of even the novice developers of the network. I like to see that because me as I would say like a novice developer, it's hard for me to maybe understand or gauge what the benefits are um, with these types of improvement enhancement type proposals or release candidates that are um, maybe going to get pushed to the network, right? And so there's a difference between the understanding or appreciation of that from a say a block producer that's running this network and helping to secure the network, and it's an entirely different perspective to understand the benefits of that from a say an end user who's maybe using an app within EOS or even a developer within EOS. So I think those three facets need to be reiterated or articulated in some way in the videos that are released or the content that's being released from an organization like Fractally. Now, obviously, that's just my rant, so I could be totally off base. Let me know what you guys think in the video below, and maybe we can provide the positive feedback or yeah, feedback back to the organizations doing this great work. So, like I said, I'll put the description below. You guys let me know what you think about that. Second thing, quickly to follow on that rant topic is just more of I guess the latest Telegram post and Twitter post from Dan himself. Dan obviously is a great thought leader in the crypto space. And you guys know I respect Dan tremendously. So, Dan, if you're watching this video, this is not a sucker punch to you. It's just more of a recognition that there are people from different backgrounds and different skill sets and have a different understanding of crypto, maybe than yourself. And I think what's nice is to understand, some of this recent talk, for example, about transitioning delegated proof of stake to a different system made up of entirely um, a number of communities. I still don't understand personally how EOS token uh, is intended to be used in that new framework or how the governance is going to be implemented or how it's going to be transitioned. And I know we don't have all the details, but I think the details shared thus far, I think there's some gaps there in um, helping folks understand that information and helping us make content to share with the community. So I would just suggest that maybe even ahead of the 22nd, if there could be additional videos or additional video content, I think that's going to help keep things gelled. But anyway, that's the end of my rant. Hope you guys enjoy, like the video, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.